Hi everyone, in today's video I will show you how to sew together your knitted garment. In my videos where I will showing total basics of knitting, we already discuss cast on and cast off and total basics. But what to do if your garment pieces are done and you would like to finish it to final, for example, jumper. This is sleeve, a piece of a future jumper, which is already knitted and needs to be sewed together. There are a couple ways how you can do it, but the only way will make a clear, nice and smooth finish, so your seams won't be so visible in the final garment, on the final product. You can use a back stitch, but I would recommend a mattress stitch, with one small exception. I've made 4 these pieces of a knitted garment for you to show you how to sew together horizontal and vertical seams on the knitted garment. If you will see other videos on YouTube how to do it, how to do the mattress stitch, vast majority of people will do the mattress stitch the same way as me, but after it they will pull the yarn which they are using for sewing and tied both pieces together, so the upper and lower stitches are not matching and the seams is visible in the future. I'm using a little bit different method, so you can get these kind of smooth, nice and invisible finish if you sewing together with the same yarn as you were knitting. You can see that on this detail photo. Let's dive in and start with the horizontal seam, and I will show you that on the detail video. Here are 2 pieces what you would like to sew together so they would look exactly like these 2 pieces. As you can see on this detail, the mattress stitch is not tied together to create this kind of seam, but they are still visible, and because I used the contrasting yarn to show you how it will look in the final finish, you can see them. But if you will use the same yarn as was your knitted garment, these stitches will match the stitches on the garment and continually stick these 2 pieces together, and they will be absolutely not visible. Let's dive in and have a look how to do that. First of all, you have to determine where is the first real stitch. This is the edge stitch, the 0 stitch, and here is starting the new first stitch of the row. As you can see, the legs of the stitch are going into the B. You have to pick up those 2 stitches, and that's what you're going to sew together. The same thing you have to do on the other garment. Find these 2 first legs of the first stitch and match them with the upper one. So let's start down here. Let's pick up the first 2 legs and feed through your yarn. Up on the other piece you will do it that in different direction. This way you will do it just with the first stitch. As you can see now, this way we are matching up 2 rows. You have to feed your needle exactly where you begin and get your needle out in between of the other stitches. Tight together, but just a little bit. The width of this stitch should not be wider than a normal size of your stitches up and down. Let's continue. Here we are in middle of the stitch, and up we're going to pick up 2 legs of the upper piece. Tight little bit and go back in between the stitch. And so we will do on the other side. Sorry, that was a little mistake. And yes, this way. Up, you taking 2. Down, you have to stick it in where you went out, and so on. As you can see, you continue in the rows the same way with your stitches. Up, pick up 2, tie a little bit, and go down in. And this way you continue all the way through. This way we sew together 2 horizontal seams. But we don't have just horizontal seams on our garment. And as you've seen before, I had a sleeve here which needs to be sewed together along the arm. And for these cases we have a vertical seams. And also on vertical seams you can use the matrech stitch. In this case, you are not making a visible V with your yarn, but you are picking up the edge legs of your first rows on both pieces and sewing them together. In this case, you can pull the yarn to tie them together, but not too much. So your garment would still have its flexibility, but it's firmly sewed together. I will show you that on the detail video. Let's have a look where to begin. First, you have to determine where is your first row of your stitches. This chain is the edge stitch, and this is the first stitches of your first row, and this one you are going to find on the other piece and sew them together exactly this way. Find the first here and feed your yarn through the same way on the other side. And this way you're going through all the way up. Pick up this one and following one from the other piece. This one and this one. Sew it together. Pull it and you have absolutely invisible seam. As you can see, we have all 4 pieces sewn together, and if we didn't use contrasting color of the yarn, you wouldn't see this 2 seams at all. And on this vertical seam, there's barely visible that you sew it together, and it looks like one solid piece of garment. If you will ever use these type of stitches to sew your garment together, you never will be disappointed with the outcome of your perfect, pristine work. Remember, as much of energy and detail work you put into sew together your knitted garment, so much nice and professional will be your outcome piece. It is always important, spend more time and do it nice way. I hope you like this tutorial video, and I'll be glad to see you on another one. Have a nice day.